Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sotonye Afiasimama and this is Today in History for the 2nd of July. Let's get cracking. So we'll roll back the blinds to the year 1505 where we encounter this guy. His name is Martin Luther. Obviously not Martin Luther King. This is Martin Luther. He decided on this day in 1505, after a violent thunderstorm, to become a monk. Obviously, that would have given him a fright, and he realized it was a much greater power than himself, and he made a promise to God that he was going to be a monk, I guess to himself as well. So I'm going to read a brief summary of Martin Luther. He was a German professor of theology, composer, priest, Augustinian monk, and a seminal figure in the Protestant Reformation. Luther was ordained to the priesthood in 1507. He came to reject several teachings and practices of the Roman Catholic Church. In particular, he disputed the view on indulgences. Luther proposed an academic discussion of the practice and efficacy of indulgences in his 1905 thesis of 1517. His refusal to renounce all of his writings at the demand of Pope Leo X in 1520 and the Holy Roman Emperor Charles V at the Diet of Worms in 1521 resulted in his excommunication by the Pope and condemnation as an outlaw by the Holy Roman Emperor. So, Martin Luther King, 1505, was the day he declared that he would become a monk. So I just read a history, bit of a synopsis of Martin Luther. Alright, so let's move on to the year 1843. Allegedly, an alligator falls from the sky during a thunderstorm in Charleston, South Carolina. Well, obviously that wasn't a miracle or some sort of divine intervention or a divine sign or a sign from the heavens. Well, I guess in this case it was in a way. But I'll explain the phenomenon, why that happened. It is believed that the strange incident happened when a water spout carried an alligator from a body of water and dropped in on the city. So a water spout, I guess, as the name implies, would be a bit like a whirlwind. When you have a sandstorm and it's really, really fast, obviously, and it can pick up things, picks up debris, and the debris can travel a few meters to a few miles. And then as the storm settles, obviously whatever debris it's picked up is gonna deposit. So I guess the alligator in this case was, you could say the alligator was debris. We could infer that it was so strong that it was able to lift the alligator from the body of water and dump it elsewhere. So it appeared as though it had dropped from the heavens. Okay, so it's interesting because if this was maybe in the Middle Ages or the Dark Ages, people would have assumed that alligator dropped straight from the sky, and it was a sign from God, that something was going to happen or so on. But you see, as our understanding deepens about natural phenomenon, we become less superstitious as human beings. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The year is 1847, and envelope bearing the first US 10-cent stamps was used on this day for the first time. And that's a stamp. 1850, Obviously, that's America's first president, George Washington. 1850, a man called Benjamin Lane patents the gas mask, Freudian slip there, pardon me, with a breathing apparatus. So this is a poster to celebrate the event, July 2nd, 1850. So we'll move on to the year 1865. We come across this couple whose names are William Booth. He's a Methodist Reformed Church minister, and the lady beside him is, of course, his wife, Catherine. They founded the Salvation Army on this day in 1865 in East London. So that's an East London Christian mission. William Booth was born on the 10th of April 1829 and died on the 20th of August 1912. He was an English Methodist preacher who, along with his wife Catherine, founded the Salvation Army and became its first general. The Christian movement, with a quasi-military structure and government founded in 1865, has spread from London, England, to many parts of the world and is known for being one of the largest distributors of humanitarian aid. In 2002, Booth was named among the 100 greatest Britons in a BBC poll. So that's a couple, and that's a couple as well. And that's the Salvation Army logo. We move to the year 1901. I wouldn't reward Butch Cassidy with a picture because he did something really, really bad on this day. So Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid rob a train of $40,000 at Wagner, Montana. So 119 years ago on this day. 1949, the state of Vietnam. It's actually a country, but yeah, we'll go with the state of Vietnam. It's internationally recognized, governing the southern half of Vietnam with Bao Daj as chief of state. Okay, so this is South Vietnam, presumably. But so that's a map of Vietnam, and they're now reunited. I'll go into in a few seconds to the details. So, 1976 was the formal reunification of North and South Vietnam. So that happened on this day as well in 1976. So we're saying 27 years later, so exactly 27 years later, the North and South of the country known as Vietnam were reunited. 1962, on this day, a man started a business. He opened his first shop, which is known by most people in America today as Walmart. His name was Sam Walton, and this is the first shop that he opened, first grocery store, as you guys in America would refer to it. So the town is Rogers in Arkansas on this day in 1962. So this family are worth billions and billions of dollars today just by a man deciding to open a business in 1962, which was not really that long ago. Billions and billions. It's provided jobs for probably millions of people as well, just by a simple idea. So What's stopping you? You know, if you've got an idea, you've got a business idea, you've got a plan written down, you've got an invention, there's just so many things that you can do, you know, to improve your life and the lives of potentially thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people. So if you have a dream, just go for it. Go for it. Most people who are millionaires today failed several times before they succeeded. Thomas Edison comes to mind, you know. We read that he was unsuccessful 10,000 times before he finally invented a light bulb. So don't give up on your dreams, guys. All right, let's move on to the next one. India and Pakistan on this day signed the Simla Agreement Peace Accord. The Simla Agreement was signed between India and Pakistan on the 2nd of July 1972. The capital city of the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh. So Simla is in the capital city of the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh. It followed from the Bangladesh Liberation War in 1971 that led to the independence of Bangladesh, which was earlier known as East Pakistan. I didn't know that at all until today, and was part of the territory of Pakistan. So that happened on this day in 1972. We move on to the year 1980 and a comedy film Airplane, written and directed by David Zucker, Jim Abrams, and Julie Haggerty premieres. So it premieres on this day in 1980. Donald Trump, we'll go back to Airplane in a bit. Got a surprise for you. Donald Trump on this day in 1991 proposes to Marla Maples. Obviously divorced now. This was a wedding picture. She divorced him. Go check it out. There's an article on the internet about why she divorced Donald Trump. And he gives her a 7.5 carat diamond ring. Sounds like a very expensive ring, very expensive divorce as well. Let's go back to the comedy Airplane and show you this clip, which is
Ladies and gentlemen, please calm down. Please listen to me. I want to tell you what's going on with the ship. Thank you. We've been thrown off course just a tad. What exactly is a tad?
That's a good question.
In space terms, that's about 500,000 miles. The bumps you feel are asteroids smashing into the hull of this ship.
Wow.
Also, we're flying without a navigational system and can't seem to change course.
Miss, are you telling us absolutely everything?
Not exactly. We're also out of coffee.
I don't care to be put out this movie.
Your crew is in complete control of the situation. Trust me, there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
That was a good one. So we'll wrap it up for today. Hopefully you giggled a bit. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for Today in History. Please give me a thumbs up to indicate that you like my video, if you like it, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button so that you get notified whenever I upload a video and obviously publish it. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Stay safe. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.